Hi, I'm going to show you how to do the calculations and the graph for the Catalast lab data. This is just some sample data. Your spreadsheet will look pretty much the same though. You have group 1, group 2, group 3, and so on. So make sure you find your lab data and then also the data from the group who did the opposite variable. So 50% enzyme concentration and 200% enzyme concentration. All right, so the first step here is to find the average and the standard deviation and the standard error. So by average, I mean mean. I type in the formula, equal average, okay, and as I start typing the word average, average pops up. And then the values are from B2 down to B11. Oops, excuse me. B2 to B11. Make sure it's typed in correctly. Okay. Now the easy trick to this is now that you have the formula in this cell, just grab that bottom right corner and drag it right, and then that same formula will go for the next column over. So the average is C2 to C11. So you know you have the right data. Okay, so now we want the standard deviation. Same idea. Equal sign, stand dev, S-T-D-E-V. And we want it on the same data set. So from B, oops, sorry about that. We want it on this data set, B2 to B11. Again, grab the little square on the bottom right corner and drag it to the right, and now your standard deviation. Google Sheets does not automatically calculate standard error, so this time it's a little bit different. You have to take your standard deviation, so the number right in the cell above, so I'm going to identify that as cell B14, so B14, divided by the square root, so SQRT, square root of 10, because we have 10 values, or 10 trials. And so that's our standard error. Again, drag it over. All right, so now we're going to create the bar graph to show this mean data. So we can just highlight our data and oops, again, just highlight those two values. We're going to go ahead and insert a chart. And we're going to be using a bar graph. Okay, and so you can see it's set up a chart nicely for us. We need to actually go ahead and customize by adding our axis labels. So what I did, it was under the data tab, I hit customize, chart title. So this title is going to be reaction time for group 1 versus group 2. Obviously yours needs to be more specific. The horizontal x-axis, okay, this is your y-axis. So you could say control, or you could say yeast concentration, depending on what your independent variable was in your experiment. The vertical axis is going to be time for yeast discs to rise in seconds.